Walks onto stage. Good whatever, lady and gentlemen. Alien, the movie, was released in 1979. Alien had enough creative energy to birth a quadrilogy and 2 prequels thus far. Like Boba Fett, small appearances in the original movie created deep characterizations and canon. Mighty oaks from little acorns grow. Smirks. Alien the movie follows the crew of the Nostromo and their attempts to survive after they accidentally on purpose pick up an alien hitchhiker. Pauses. Oh yeah, you knows it. Spoilers. Smirks. In space no one can hear you scream. Pauses. Or fart. Which is a good thing. Alien is classed as a science fiction horror movie. Mostly because it is set in space and involves the extermination of the ship's crew. The main craft is huge, and more like a space station. It is fully automated, and the crew is kept in suspended animation for most of its journey. The crew is woken early from their slumber to deal with a distress call from a nearby planet. It later turns out, the distress call was in fact a warning beacon. Warning any passing ships to avoid the planet. As you discover throughout the Alien franchise. Pauses. All aliens are assholes. The ship's crew are forced to sleep almost naked in their pods, with the females forced to use PTFE tape to cover their nipples. Considered a crime in most civilizations. Anyway, they manage to get dressed and land on the planet to rescue any survivors. Only to find, the distress call came from an alien spacecraft. Worse still, it looks like it crashed years ago, with no survivors. They find a fossilized member of the crew, whose frame resembles a giant human elephant type thing. Like teens, in a horror movie, they decide to take a look around. Apparently unconcerned about the alien technology or the danger of their situation. Pauses. They are on a planet that requires environmental suits, light years away from their intended destination, poking around a potential unexploded bomb. Rolls eyes. Prime contenders for the Darwin Award of 2122. Kane, played by John Hurt, decides to take a look at all those eggs, in the ship's hold. Rolls eyes. The original promotional artwork was based around the alien eggs. Using luminescent green against a black background to depict the alien goo and space. Remember, at the time luminescent slime was new. And Simon, the electronic toy, was all the rage. So sticking your head into an alien egg probably seemed like a good idea at the time. Pauses. What's the worst that can happen? Okay. So it was a big mistake. And now John Hurt is going out like a bitch. With some alien face fucker raping his face until he is dead. At least it cannot get any worse. Pauses. Can it? Rolls eyes. Given the engineers are twice the size of humans, the face hugger hugs the human face pretty well. It's almost as if it was designed specifically to fit a human's face. Pauses. A nice touch in the design of the alien is its acid blood, which makes removing the face hugger impossible. Fortunately, it just wanted a good time, and eventually lets go. Leaving Kane none the worse for wear, and as hungry as a wolf. The crew seems so relieved with his disposition, that they forget about quarantine rules, and take him to the canteen for a slap-up meal. Looks left. Give the man a break, he just got raped by an alien. You unfeeling bastard. Looks right. I am sure if he had been shown a picture of the face hugger on his face, that he would have felt less hungry. If only for a while. Rolls eyes. I am sure it was just smooching. Kane eventually collapses onto the canteen table after his 5th milkshake. And the crew gather around him to watch the rainbow fountain flow from his lips. To their surprise, a large beastie punches its way out of his chest. Boo. Squeals a little, whilst splattering Kane's blood over everybody. Gives them all the middle finger. Stupid humans. And then, fucks off somewhere, into the ship. The crew then proceeds to have a house meeting about what they should do. At which point the film deteriorates into a teen movie proper. Needless to say, they all die horribly, leaving only Ripley and Jones the cat in a fight to the death. Pauses. So what is so good about Alien, the movie? It has Sigourney Weaver in, and a cat. In fact, there were 4 cats, although obviously only one was on screen at a time. And no, they were not all killed accidentally, eaten by the alien, or escaped. They were in fact used for different tasks. For example, this Jonesy was used to sarcastically mimic Ripley. There were in fact 4 Sigourney Weavers too. Used to keep the four cats company and to teach them how to look bored and moody. The cats and Ripley's would spend hours a day looking out of the window, practicing blank stares and sarcasm. Sigourney Weaver was just under 30 when Alien was filmed, and a bit too relaxed about her acting career, being half-dressed when acting was all part of the show. Although not strictly necessary, the lack of personal privacy, teenage attitude, and gender definition adds to the overall feel of the Alien movie. Pauses. In later Alien movies, the sex theme is played with further, with Ripley giving birth to an alien. In this scene, the fully grown alien can tell that Ripley is already impregnated. Ripley is clearly repulsed by the alien. Is the alien a serial murderer and rapist, or just an alien creature seeking to replicate its genes? With Ripley's alien clone, child, thing, called newborn in the Alien fandom, clone Ripley can at least look into its eyes. Possibly because she herself is now part alien. And like the alien in the earlier movie, that spares her, understands kinship. Rolls eyes. If you prick me, do I not bleed? Pauses. Acid. The original Alien was relatively easy to understand. Egg. Face hugger. Chest burster. Big motherfucker. How the alien grew to such a large size in such a short time is not known. Perhaps it self-inflates and fills its tubes with the blood of its victims. Who knows? The power of the alien is its hidden features, unknown origin, and apparent intelligence. A single alien takes out 4 of the crew and nearly makes it to 5. You can't count Kane, he was sucker punched. And Ash was unceremoniously disassembled by the crew. Veronica Cartwright, who played Lambert, thought she had been given the part of Ripley, the hero of the movie. Veronica fainted during the chest burster scene, whilst Sigourney is trying to get a good look from a splatter-safe distance. The crew is raggedy, a style carried over from the Dark Star, where the long-term nature of space exploration was portrayed through its informal attitude and dress, in contrast to the formal depiction of the Discovery 1 crew in 2001, A Space Odyssey. Short sleeves and tees are the order of the day, with the ship's lighting and decor deteriorating as the film progresses, much like the crew interactions. In Aliens, the movie, the sequel, Ripley stands alone as the civilian expert in amongst the space marines. More bodies than before for the aliens to consume and impregnate. The Weyland Company plays a major role in introducing the alien to its human hosts. The protocols for capturing the alien seems to be part of a standing order, with each Weyland crew including a synthetic human to ensure contamination, survivability, and lack of empathy for the alien's hosts. Ash is trusted with key decisions, including breaking the quarantine, which on first sight appears humanitarian, but upon further consideration, a means to an end. Pauses. Bring an alien life form back to Earth. Although that ended poorly for Ash, the plan must have been to contaminate the crew and rely on the stasis pods to bring back at least one alien in its larvae, pre-chest burster state, for analysis. The alien design varies considerably through the franchise, with the original alien being the master template. The creature is humanoid and insectoid, with a long head and skull, and a double jaw. Being all black, it melts into the shadows of space and the humans' minds, only to strike a paralyzing terror blow as it serially consumes any other life forms. The purpose of the alien's elongated skull is never revealed, although it is most likely part of some echo imaging, allowing the creature to see in the dark. When Ash attempts to murder Ripley, it is done using a rolled magazine stuffed into her mouth, her face fucked with a paper phallus, as with the vaginal face-hugging alien. Pauses. In space no one can hear you scream. What the fuck? The alien is never shown in full, only in close-ups. Even in dark lighting, the alien costume looks B-movie. When glimpsed with the right lighting, the same outfit teases the imagination. What about the technology? The spacecrafts are bulky and generally impractical and poorly designed. Clearly an artist's impression of a spacecraft, rather than built on science. A brick with jet engines, stubby feet and pointless antennae. The flight controls have a games console, cup holder, and flashing lights, similar to a teen's dream bedroom. Dude, what does this button do? And unlike 2001: A Space Odyssey, the graphics are of their day, not of their time. The ship's internals were built in a large studio, allowing the actors to interpret the space in 3 dimensions, with long corridors leading between the various spaces. Padded in cream vinyl. Lovely. Mother, the ship's computer is accessed in a white light-filled room. A space that creates an atmosphere more than an interface to a computer. Egg-shaped, with plenty of monitors and central console, it suggests it is important and dedicated to a single purpose and occupant. A throne room for an oracle. Whatever. When Ripley decides to blow the mothership up, there was an interesting attempt to depict what a nuclear self-destruct bomb might look like, with rods and an 80s graphics display. Danger. Emergency destruction system. Pauses. I doubt any commercial vehicles would have these. Still, it does the job of destroying the ship. And Ripley puts Jonesy into his own stasis pod. Did the alien impregnate the cat? Nope. The full-grown alien is waiting under Ripley's bed. Nice touch. Ripley puts on her space suit, then flushes the creature out of the airlock. Good job. And that is the end of that. Or is it? Pauses. It is. But a sweating, heavy-breathing Sigourney Weaver is someone's fantasy, as we saw in the movie Copycat. So it had to be done. Sweet dreams. Peace, I am out of here, word up. Exits stage left.